Now recognize Mr. Regan for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Lipinski, Ranking Member Crawford, and Chairman DeFazio. On behalf of TTD and our 33 affiliated unions, I'm very pleased to be here today. Our unions represent frontline workers across America's passenger rail network, including those who operate trains, maintain and repair equipment, provide quality customer service both on and off board, and who construct its facilities. There is no one who knows Amtrak like these workers, and you will not find a greater advocate for passenger rail in this country than transportation labor. Historically, we have been the loudest voice pushing for more funding for Amtrak, for increasing and improving service, and for modernizing the infrastructure and equipment that moved passengers on 32 million trips last year across more than 20,000 miles of track. We know firsthand the economic value that Amtrak brings to the communities it serves, and we know the vital role that Amtrak plays in connecting our entire nation across its vast multimodal transportation network. We also know that Amtrak must grow significantly in the years ahead to keep pace with the demands placed on the network. Amtrak workforce stands ready to do our part, but in order to do so effectively, we need a dependable partner in Amtrak, and we need your help to provide the funding and policy necessary to drive that growth. Specifically, we are calling for meaningful funding increases, policies that support middle-class rail jobs, much-needed safety improvements, preservation of Amtrak's national network, and the outright rejection of plans to slash or degrade service. First, we need a significant boost in federal investment for Amtrak, as I know many people have already said today. For too long, shoestring budgets have crippled this carrier's ability to make forward-thinking investments and long-term capital improvements. This is evidenced by Amtrak's $33 billion repair backlog and $28 billion of which is needed for repairs in the Northeast Corridor, where workers and passengers rely on bridges and tunnels that are more than a century old. We simply cannot meet the demands of the future if we let existing assets languish and fall behind due to chronic underfunding. And to those who think investments in this carrier will only benefit the Northeast, I ask you to look at Amtrak's extensive network, which connects more than 500 towns and cities in 46 states. Just as on the Northeast Corridor, these communities depend on adequate authorizing levels to address their own needs and maintenance backlogs. Greater investment will also allow Amtrak to expand service not just to the communities it already serves, but also to new high-density service corridors, such as those suggested by Mr. Anderson earlier. An idea we fully support, as long as it does not come at the expense of Amtrak's long-distance service or its national network. Doing away with the cross-country system would be catastrophic for the communities that rely on Amtrak service and would eliminate thousands of good jobs. These routes also serve as a feeder system that bring passengers to higher density routes, such as Northeast Corridor and our state-supported routes. Rail service must not be treated as a zero-sum game, and Congress should use the reauthorization process to cement Amtrak's role as a true national passenger railroad. We also know that Amtrak's success is the direct result of the hard work of its dedicated, skilled, and experienced workforce. Our unions stand ready to move forward with Amtrak, but their members cannot be left behind. Efforts to cut jobs or outsource existing Amtrak functions to low-wage, anti-union contractors will not be tolerated by our unions. The resulting drop in quality will not be tolerated by the American public, and neither should be tolerated by this body. Reauthorization is also an opportunity for Congress to end its micromanagement of food and beverage service by removing a provision in the FAST Act that directed Amtrak to eliminate these so-called operating losses. Further, any expansion of passenger rail service must not be used as an opportunity to gut existing rail-specific worker protections. These asks are based on a deeply held belief that a strong union workforce promotes a better Amtrak that provides a high standard of service, which incentivizes ridership and strengthens the company. Unfortunately, we are concerned that Amtrak's current leadership does not share this vision. Instead, the carrier seems more interested in outsourcing good jobs to the lowest bidder than meeting mandates established by Congress and, in turn, serving the American public. Finally, Amtrak reauthorization is an opportunity to improve safety on the railroad for both its passengers and its employees. We have previously proposed legislation to address the scourge of assaults against passenger rail workers, including the 2017 shooting of an Amtrak conductor in Illinois. We ask that both Amtrak and the commuter railroads be required to develop plans that will help prevent violence, de-escalate in-progress events, and help employees manage the aftermath of assaults when they do occur. Passenger rail employees deserve a safe workplace, and the development of these plans would be a step in the right direction. TTD and our affiliated unions look forward to working with you to strengthening Amtrak and passenger rail throughout the country. Thank you for providing us the opportunity to testify before you.